In the early 70s, L. Ron Hubbard was running the Scientology world from a ship called the Apollo. He decided, okay, the time has come to move the operations to the United States. He sent a whole bunch of people out up and down the eastern seaboard of the US to find a location to move to. Ultimately, he settled on Clearwater, Florida, and the Fort Harrison Hotel and the adjacent Clearwater Bank building, both of which were going bankrupt. This Clearwater was supposed to become, and is supposed to become, the Salt Lake City of Scientology, or the Mecca. When we arrived in Clearwater, we actually lied, tried to pretend to everybody in the community that this was some other Christian organization called United Churches of Florida. Everybody was briefed, this is what you're to say, you're to explain what the United Churches of Florida is, which nobody really understood because it didn't exist, it was just a name.
And you know, in the mid-70s, we all wondered, who are these people? Who's the United Churches of Florida? And it slowly came out, it's not the United Churches, it's the Church of Scientology. Once again, we're looking at each other going, well, who was that? When this came out, Gabe Cazares, Mayor Cazares, started to question them and criticize them. And who are these people?
They came into our community and they lied. They lied to the public officials. They said, oh, we're United Churches of Florida. This is unforgivable. I don't know what kind of ethics is involved here.
Slowly it's coming out. This town is being taken over. They have chosen us to be their spiritual headquarters, and they are going to buy up our town.
The orders, in effect, were occupation orders. There was a secret project, gold mine, and a project, Normandy, and these orders, in effect, very clearly stated, move into this area, find out who your friends are, develop them, find out who your enemies are, destroy them, and then move into every possible area of community life, business, social, religious, education.
Project Normandy is just one example. It's everywhere. Scientology wants the police department and the city council operating for their benefit, for the good of Scientology.
Do you feel that there is now, in the city of Clearwater, or has there been a smear or cover-up, either of any city official, or by any city official?
And it's certainly going on. It's just that it hasn't been uncovered.
Well,
there are probably undercover agents here now from the church. We were a conspiracy formed by the church. We considered anyone and everyone an enemy of the church.
I'm talking about your community being infiltrated on a regular basis by psycho-political operatives who have been well-trained.
As I said earlier, before these hearings start even, that it's not the big city fighting this one organization. It's little old Clearwater. It's trying to defend itself against a worldwide organization that's taking in over $1 million a day in Clearwater. Thank you for being with us. This meeting is adjourned.
We would start hearing about additional properties that they were buying. And they started cherry-picking the areas so that they could be contiguous as best they can, so that they could control, the entire area. And then that spread to the commercial district as far as downtown is concerned. They were buying up everything they could.
Scientology started out with the two most prominent buildings in downtown Clearwater, the Fort Harrison Hotel.
After they bought the property as United Churches of Florida, suddenly there were armed security guys on the top of the Fort Harrison Hotel.
And the old Bank of Clearwater. It then added the Sandcastle Motel for expansion. They purchased properties for staff to live in. They purchased vacant land. Everywhere you go, next door is another piece of the Scientology puzzle of downtown.
If it wasn't for the empty storefronts, if there was more activity downtown, I think it wouldn't be such an impact.
What most people do is they avoid downtown. That's what they're doing.
Yeah.
The fact that we can't go to restaurants like we used to be able to have and wonderful places to visit, fact, they're buying up property and taking that away from us.
Right.
They buy property that they have absolutely no use for and turn it into parks.
They do that because they want to keep the people that come in, the Scientologists that come in, from seeing the rest of the world.
No,
right?
they want the rest of the world to not be able to see what they're doing.